Well, I thought I'd come down and do a little talking while I go for a dog walk again today. I just wanted to let you all know that lately I've been really researching the reason why they're lying and where it started, and so come to quite a few conclusions here that are really disturbing, to be honest. From what I'm seeing, especially if you go look at majority of the companies, the major companies, go look at the commercials, research their logos and when they changed them. Another thing to look at is look at the music industry right now. Listen to the lyrics, like really get past the song itself, but try to, sit there with a piece of paper and write down the lyrics. And then not all songs. See, this is the thing that gets confusing. And what I'm starting to see, and I'm not sure if I'm seeing it right, and this is where I need more people to maybe get in on this. I've asked for some other truthers to get involved. The messages coming through seem to be double-edged, meaning that definitely there's messages coming from Satan. Those are easy to see, the straightforward stuff, especially love. A lot of people will probably knock me right there on love. Now, understand this. There's a difference, I think, with love. I don't have my finger on it yet. But the promotion of love and unity that Satan's putting out isn't the type of love that we're supposed to be looking at. I don't believe. In the Bible, from what I've read so far, is God wants us to love Him. And I'm not sure, I can't find in there really where it says love each other, in the sense of putting each other beyond God. And I think that's maybe the defining line, is what comes first, your love for God or your love for another human being. And that's this whole transgender stuff too. It's really confusing me, because I'm wondering if God isn't a female in all this, because when you look at the whole thing, it seems like there's a lot of ploy on man. And if we look back at Genesis, and I'm not trying to offend any woman out there, but it's interesting that, the woman who was created after man, taken from a rib of man. And it was the woman that got it, both of them kicked out of Eden. And when you ask yourself, most people, when they talk about God, they always say he. Even myself, I would look at what I would write, and I'd take out all the he's and try to, be as neutral as possible on it, because I didn't know. I didn't want to make a decision that God is either female or male. But through the research, it sure is looking like God could be a female and Satan is the male. And in a weird kind of way, it feels like almost that they were parents at one time and we're the children. And Dad had, when he got booted out to the doghouse, he took us with him, in a sense, to his place, which is Earth. And we are in a constant battle, them trying to win us over. I'm not sure 100%, but when you listen to the music going way back and you watch the shows going way back, there's this, seems to be this overlying story. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, it's just when you're researching and you're trying to piece stuff together, sometimes the puzzle pieces, even though they don't make sense individually, when you start putting them together, they start creating a story. Now, what I've asked, I've reached out to see if I can get other people involved. So the best way to see if I'm putting the pieces in right is to put other people looking at the same information and see what they get out of it as well. So what I'm basically asking is if everyone out there that's interested and is into trying to discover all the truth about this, not just flat earth obvious. That's what led me in and gave me the mind to be able to open up to everything else. And last night when I made this short video on a commercial that popped up on one of my videos I was researching, when I was going through some verses in the Bible, it says there that God will wake us up to, nearing the end, so that we have a better chance at avoiding the deception. And I'm wondering if that isn't what this is right here, that we've been woken up for more than just the purpose of finding out about flat earth, but more to open our eyes to see the deceit that Satan has put in front of us. because it is everywhere. It's rampant. I'm actually, a lot of people say it's hard to believe so many people could be involved. Well, I'm almost under the impression from the research that I'm shocked that there isn't more evil going on right now. It feels like there's a lot of players in this game all the way through the chain that believe in this Luciferian God one way or another, and they're out to do a breakaway civilization on us or something. You can totally follow it through the conspiracies of the underground bases. That pretty much, if you look, that conspiracy pretty much got quiet the last couple years. And what I'm thinking is that the bases are done, and the blueprint for these bases underground was Epcot. And Epcot was basically the show home from Disney to show off to all the partners. This is what they're going to look like underground, and this is what they're going to be like. And what they've done is use NASA and other agencies to funnel money to this project of funding their breakaway. And now what we're seeing is they're down there hiding, running government probably from that new technology where we see that they can control or make, Bush up there on the TV, and then they got someone else talking behind them, and it's, we see Bush and hear the words, but it's not actually him. It's freaky technology, and we all know they're ahead of us, and they hold back technology. So I'm wondering how long they've had that going for. It was just pretty freaky when you look at that. But anyway, and then the chemtrails, think about it. If they're down there hiding, one thing I have problems with chemtrails is they wouldn't poison themselves, I kept saying. But, if you consider they're already hiding down in their breakaway civilization bunkers, their cities underground, and controlling government remotely, I guess the last step is just to send out the planes, the drones, and start spraying us, right? But anyway, tell me what you think. I would really like to see people get into more of the research in the history. I think more answers are there. NASA and all that, I see so many people attacking NASA daily. I think, if we had a couple of YouTubers out there that are doing that consistently, that's fine. But we don't all need to be concentrating just on NASA. That horse is, undoubtedly it's dead. We got enough evidence to show they're faking. But people aren't listening, so we got to dig on to explain the entire thing so people can understand. But that's my opinion about this. That's the direction I'm going in. I'm, of course, exposing Flat Earth to everybody, but I'm also trying to get more answers so I can answer their questions when they come up. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon.
First question is, what comes to your mind? What's the first thing that comes to mind when we say Flat Earth?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
Yeah.
So, what is the first thing that comes to mind when we say Flat Earth?
Flat Earth?
Flat Earth?
Oh, Flat Earth.
Yeah. When you look out into the ocean or into the horizon, what shape do you see?
Well, straight.
Straight, so flat horizon. When you look out into the ocean, what shape is the horizon? No one told you the Earth was a globe, what does your senses tell you?
A lot of things I know. I was always taught that it was round.
Right, you were always
I
taught,
can't
but
change
your
that
senses,
thought.
if you were to
Round,
change that,
round.
your senses would still tell you it's
Yeah.
round. If no one told you that the Earth was a globe, what does your senses tell you?
Senses tell you that it's flat.
Well, as you can see, we are presently still going after setting this up to get out there and get this information out to the public. I don't think there's any greater cause in life right now than to get the truth out, because to continue living in this lie is unacceptable, I think. Now, we're here for a greater purpose. And, I feel it. I've always felt it in a way. Just like this, out back in my place, I'm sharing some footage. I go out back to Wakita, and lo and behold, there's 3 deers back here. And it's amazing, how close they allowed me to come. But I've always had this connection with the wildlife, and with, like, even my dogs and stuff. I feel connected to them in a different kind of way. I'm not sure if that means much, to finding who we really are, but just wanted to share it with you that, we do have a greater purpose, and it's not out there slaughtering each other or abusing the animals. Actually, I think we do God a huge injustice by how we treat the animals of this planet. You really consider what we're doing, it kind of makes you wonder who the savages are, right? But anyway, God bless.